Hello, this is Ebony Geek. You're always welcome to join me in expanding your knowledge base. Comments are always welcome, and please subscribe. Hello, my name is Ebonygeek45, and today is a great day to learn something. And what we're going to be doing today is we're actually going to be looking at the code for our Hello World LED program. I'm going to hope that you have your Eclipse Arduino set up. If you do not, please go back to one of my videos that explain it. I have every flavor and version that you could think of, from the newer version, Luna or Mars, to the older version for people who have difficulties with the newer version, and also the Ubuntu version. So go ahead, backtrack, and then come back to this one. Okay, so when you're first starting off and you're starting within a new workspace, you may have to check to make sure your Arduino version is showing up. Let's X this welcome off. Okay, and go ahead and click on Window right here and Preferences. Then you want to click on Arduino. Okay, and as you can see, it's not showing up here. And whenever you start a new workspace, you have to go back and do this. It's not really as big of a pain as you would think. Just make sure you know where your Arduino version is. So I'm going to click Browse. My Arduino version is in my C drive. So I'm going to click on this PC. Okay, and we're going to go to our C drive. We're going to click on it. There's my Mars Arduino. That's where my Eclipse installed is. So we're going to click on this folder. My Arduino is within my Eclipse folder, so we're going to click on that. Then there's Arduino. We want to click on it. And this is what they're looking for, or what it's looking for. This Arduino 1.6.1. Once you're here, just click on it. That's all it wants. Click OK. Then go to Apply. Yes. OK. Yes. And that's all that needs to be done there. So let's go ahead and get our new project started. As you see, we have this Project Explorer. All of our projects is going to go in this space. Okay. And you can put as many projects as you deem you want to be in this workspace within that space. In this space, you're going to have your outlines of whatever the coding is. You will see you will have your includes, you will have your classes, variables, whatever. And down here is where you have all your other panels. And I'm going to click on Console because it's one of the most, well, I guess the ones that you would use a lot. Problems too. And as you can see, AVR and AVR is there too, but I really haven't messed with those too much yet. Let's go ahead and start a new Arduino sketch. So let's go ahead and click on File, New, Other, Arduino, New Arduino sketch. Next. What will our project name be? Our project name, I'm going to name it Blinky 1. Next. Okay. Now, I went over this a million times in my other videos, but so we'll go over it quickly here. Now, as you can see, we have Sims here. Okay. We don't want this one because all it's going to do is bring up these boards that we don't use. Okay. We want to click our arrow for board.txt file. We want to choose the one that has AVR in that space. So click on it. And if you have AVR boards.txt, you're fine. Okay, next we want to click on our board. The board I'm using right now is a Uno. I suggest that you use a Uno as well, but if you have something else and you can follow along, great. So we're going to click port. My port now is COM3. You may have a different number just so you have a COM something in there. Okay, so go ahead and click finish. We don't need to go to the next windows. Okay, so we have our blinky 1 here. Okay, and that's good. So let's go ahead and collapse it down. As you can see, we have some includes. We have an Arduino folder with all of our Arduino classes in there. If I could click the right one. Okay, it has our core, it has our variants. Let's leave that alone. Okay, we're interested in our blinky1.cpp and our blinky1.h. That's our main class. Okay, so let's go ahead and click on both of them in order to pull them up here. That's the blinky.h, and this is the blinky1.cpp. Okay, this is the header file. This is the C++ file, the source file. Now, going into the header file, let's go ahead and find the include Arduino header right here and copy it. Okay, that is all that you're going to do in this class file right now. We'll get back to this class file, but all you need to know for right now is don't mess with it too much, or don't mess with it at all. Let's just copy this include file and go to our .cpp file. Okay, didn't quite want to do that. Okay, so going to our .cpp file, we're gonna go in front of our includes that already is there and hit return, because we want to put the one that we copied right there on line 2. Okay, now I'm going to quickly go through the code because we're going to be explaining this code a little bit more, but for right now we just want to see our Arduino do something. So starting out, you're going to have a void setup function here. It says add your initialization code here. Okay, now what we want to do is we want to use pin mode. That's PINMODE. We want to put some params around there, parentheses and semicolon. Okay, now go back into your parameters or parentheses, but we'll be calling your parentheses parameters from now on. Okay, and what we want to put in there is 1, 3, because remember, we actually have our LED hooked into pin 13. Then you want to put a comma, space, and output in all caps. So that's OUTPUT. Okay, you should have what I have here. Okay, now, and quickly, I'm just going to do something real quick. And if you want to see your fonts in a bigger size, then go ahead and follow along. But I'm going to hover my cursor over here so I can have more space. I want you guys to be able to see very well what I'm doing, so I'm going to do this as a side note. So if you haven't already done it, go ahead and copy the code here. And if you want your fonts bigger, follow along with me. I'm going to right click in the editor space. You probably can't see it, but go down and you will have a preference. Click on it. Okay, you should come up with this editor here. Okay, and it's doing a lot of stuff I don't want it to do. Okay, I'm going to pull it down a little bit because I want you to be able to see what I'm doing. Okay, so when you get to this window, we want to go down to editor. And then you will see text editors right here. Click on it. Okay, and then you'll see colors and fonts link. Click on that. If it doesn't already have text font highlighted, highlight it right here. Click on add it. I like my fonts to be Arial. It's just me. It's just a me thing. So I would type ARI and it'll complete it. And Arial is what I want. Okay. And down here you can see how your font is going to look. And I want to bring that font size up to 16. 16 should be good. I'm going to leave it at regular and I'm going to go OK. Pull this over. Well, that's fine. Okay, so I'm going to click apply and then OK. As you can see, my font is bigger. I wanted to make sure you could see what I'm doing here. Okay, so we just added this line of code. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue forward because I want to hurry up and get this done. We're going to go to our void loop function here. Between the curly brackets, which is these, I want to go here and I'm going to hit enter. Give myself some space, okay? Now here I'm going to tab over. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the function digital write. Okay, and I'm going to show you a trick here so we could do this a little quicker. If you press Control CTRL and space, up pops a box that shows you everything you have that's offered for you to use. So as I start typing what I want to type, it start narrowing down what's in that box. Well, I want to type digital write. Now once that's there, I'm just going to hit enter. And as you can see, it filled out the rest for me. All I have to do is my parameters. So I'm going to go ahead and put in there 13 for pin 13, comma, and hi, all caps, HIGH. Okay, great. And after my parameters, I'm going to put a semicolon at the end because we end our lines with semicolons. I want to do Control CTRL and space again because I have another one to do. And this one I want to do delay. And as you can see, it's right there. I'm hitting return. And I just want to put 1000. Okay. And semicolon. Now this 1000 means 1000 milliseconds. Okay. Which means really 1 second. So 1000 and milliseconds is a second. So if I did 3000, that would mean 3 seconds. Okay, just to explain that quickly. So I want to go ahead and use digital write again. So Control space DIGITAL capital W, enter. Okay, and then I'm going to put 13 again because that's where our LED is pinned in, and we're going to go low. But that has to be all caps. And I'm going to hit tab so it pops right out of my params where I want it to be, and I'm going to hit semicolon. And then I'm going to do another control space and then delay. There it go, enter. And then I'm going to do another 1000 milliseconds. Okay, because that's what the measurements is for that param. Now I'm done with my coding. Okay, so what we want to do now is, you see we have our Arduino code here. So we have our code here. We do have those errors showing up. Okay, but once we hit our check mark, it's running our code. And I wish my window was here so you could see it. So let's bear with me one moment. And unfortunately, as it got done, so I'm going to click the check again because I want you to see this. When you click on the check, it's running through it so fast. But when you click on the check, all of this code runs. Okay? And this is what you should be getting. If you get an error, you'll see that problems will have something in it. But here it don't. Okay? So nothing in problems. Console, we show build finished. So everything is fine here. So let's go ahead and bring it down. The reason why it's being so difficult is because I got it kind of smushed in so that I can tape correctly. Okay. Our code ran. Now what we want to do, and I want you to keep an eye on your Arduino as we do this. We're going to go ahead and click the arrow that's going to the right here. Now, once you click it, your Arduino is going to do a blinky, blinky, blinky type thing. And then it's going to start blinking on and off. On for 1 second and off for 1 second. So go ahead and hit the arrow. Upload the sketch. You see the blinky, 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 and then the light start flashing. Okay, that is your first Hello World program for the Arduino. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go through the code that I just quickly threw up there, because there's a couple things that you need to understand even with this basic program, so that you can understand us stepping forward with other experimentation, because now it's just a matter of us going forward and building on top of what we just learned. So a lot of it is theory and a lot of it is your electronics here, and a lot of it is coding. And so the more we understand about that, the better we will get at what we're doing, because there's going to be a whole lot of other things going on, such as soldering and wiring and actually putting together rigs, so that like with my RC electronics, I gotta actually rig the ping sensor onto the front of the car so that it can move freely. So all of that is something to be considered. So this is the very basics. This is the first program. Once we get this started, then we can start experimenting, like I said, build on it. So let's go ahead and continue forward with our next tutorial. I believe it's gonna be, well, just tune in and we'll see what it will be. Now this could be done a lot better. What I'm going to be doing is going over some more of this coding, because I know you didn't understand what we did here, and we went through it really fast. So I'll be explaining more about this coding for you that don't have a C++ background, and for you that do have a C++ background, I'll be explaining how all of that ties in with the Arduino sketches. Have a great rest of your day, and today was a great day to learn something. Happy tinkering, happy coding. Bye-bye. I am Ebonygeek, and I hope that the information provided has been helpful to you. Please remember to subscribe. Happy building and happy coding.